Hi guys, good morning everyone.
Recording in progress.
Good morning everybody. In the last session, we completed our discussion related to what is embedded database and how to work with embedded database in the Spring Boot. Embedded database is nothing but in-memory database. So once the application started, then database will start. Then once the application stopped, then database also will be stopped, right? So we configured H2 database as in-memory database for our application. H2 database we configured as in-memory database of our application. Then next one, H2 database dependency we added and properties also we configured. H2 data source properties we configured. Then after we configured Swagger dependencies also for our project. Swagger dependencies are used to generate the documentation for the REST API. For generating the documentation, we created one configuration class that is called Swagger config class. That is called as Swagger config class. Perfect. So Swagger generate the documentation in the JSON. Swagger UI providing the user interface to test the REST API. Swagger UI providing user interface to test the REST API. Good. As of now, we developed several REST APIs. We tested the REST API using Postman. We have tested REST API functionality using Postman. As of now, we developed several REST APIs. We have tested our REST API's functionality, using Postman. We have added Swagger. For REST API. We have added Swagger for REST API to generate documentation. For REST API. We used Swagger UI also. We have used Swagger UI also to test REST API. With user interface. We developed several REST APIs. We tested our REST API's functionality using Postman. We have added Swagger for REST API. We have added Swagger to generate. Documentation for REST API. We used Swagger UI also to test a REST API functionality with user interface. All our REST APIs are running in localhost. All our REST APIs executed in localhost. Only we can access within our machine. Only we can access within our machine. See here, we are having a REST API. So this REST API only I can access within the machine. Refresh, run as boot application. This CRUD H2 application I am starting. This application is running in my machine. This application is running in my machine. So this application I can access only within my machine. This application I can access only within my machine. So it is running on the port number 8080. Go to browser. Go to browser. Can I access this application in my browser? Yes, I can access localhost colon 8080 slash swaggerui.html. Am I able to access the Swagger documentation, Swagger UI for my API? I'm able to access. If I give this URL for you people, if I give this URL for you people, if I give this URL for you people, can you guys access this API? If I give this URL for you people, can you access? Can you access? Can you access this API? Can you guys access this API? No, you guys cannot access our API. Why you are not able to access the API? I gave the URL for the API. Na? I gave the URL for the API. Are you able to access this URL? Are you guys able to access this URL? No, you are not able to access the URL. Not able to access the URL. Okay. Right, guys. So currently my application is running in the local. So this is running in the local in my machine. The server is running in my machine. All our APIs are executed in localhost. Only we can access within our machine. Our application running, our REST API, our REST API running in a server. That server is running in local machine. So that's why we can access only in our local. It is not available for it is not available for public access. It is not available for public access. As of now, we developed several REST APIs. We have tested those APIs functionality using Postman. We have added Swagger to generate the documentation for the REST API. Okay? And we tested that REST API using Swagger UI. Our API is executed in the local host. Only we can access within our machine. Our REST API running in a server. That server is running in local machine. Our API is running in a server. That server is running in local machine. That's why we can access only in our local, but not in the public access. It is not available for public access. But if you see Ashok IT website. So when I give this URL, are you able to access? Are you able to access Ashok IT URL in the browser? Are you able to access Ashok IT URL in the browser? That means it is running in a server that is available for internet access. It is running in a server. It is running in a server that is available for internet access. That is available for internet access. Whereas our REST API is running in a local machine. That's why that REST API is not accessible outside of my machine. That REST API not accessible outside of my machine. Now, to make our API publicly accessible, we need to deploy that in the cloud platform to provide public access for our REST API. We need to deploy that into cloud platform to provide public access for our REST API. That means everybody should be able to access our REST API. To provide public access for our REST API, we need to deploy that API into cloud platform. What are the cloud platforms are available? We have so many cloud platforms in the market. We have several, we have several cloud platforms in the market. What are those? One is AWS cloud is available, and the second one is Azure cloud is available, and the third one GCP cloud is available, and the fourth one VMware cloud is available. VMware cloud is available, and fifth one Heroku cloud is also available, etc. So there are several cloud platforms are available in the market. AWS cloud, Azure cloud, GCP cloud, VMware cloud, and Heroku cloud. So why we need to go for this cloud platform? These cloud platforms are providing the services over the internet. So to provide the public access for our REST API, we need to deploy that into cloud platform. Okay, cloud providers will give the resources. Cloud computing, cloud means getting on demanded, getting the services, getting resources over the web based on demand. I need to deploy my application in the cloud. I need to deploy my application in the cloud. So for that, I'm going for cloud platform. So what are the cloud platforms available? AWS cloud is available, Azure cloud available, GCP cloud available, VMware cloud is available, Heroku cloud is available. Okay, now Heroku cloud providing platform, Heroku cloud providing platform to run our applications, to run our applications. So this is platform as a service. Heroku cloud providing platform as a service, platform as a service to run our applications. This is a PaaS platform. That means you directly run your application on the Heroku cloud. You directly run your applications on the Heroku cloud. You no need to set up machine, you no need to install Java, you no need to install server. The Heroku cloud will give you the platform directly to run your application. Heroku cloud will give you the platform directly to run your application. Are you guys able to understand? Heroku cloud, Heroku cloud maintaining by Salesforce company. Heroku cloud provided by Heroku cloud platform provided by Salesforce cloud company, provided by Salesforce cloud company. All right. Yesterday I asked you people to create the account in the Heroku. Are you guys able to create the account in the Heroku? We can deploy 5 applications for free of cost in the Heroku. We can deploy we can deploy we can deploy 5 applications, 5 applications in Heroku for free of cost. We can deploy 5 applications in Heroku for free of cost. So now see here, what is this Heroku? Heroku is a Salesforce platform. Salesforce company is that Salesforce cloud is available. Salesforce cloud is available. That Salesforce cloud provided Heroku cloud. Salesforce cloud provided this Heroku cloud platform. Are you clear with my point? Are you clear with my point now? Are you clear with my point now? What is this Salesforce cloud platform? What is the Salesforce cloud platform? What is the Salesforce Cloud Platform? Heroku is a platform. Heroku Cloud is used to deploy our applications on the cloud. How many applications we can deploy in the Heroku? 5 applications we can deploy in the Heroku for free of cost. 5 applications we can deploy in the Heroku for free of cost. Okay, guys. Good. Are you able to create an account in the Heroku? Are you guys able to create an account in the Heroku? Are you able to create an account in the Heroku? Come on, all of you. Anybody not able to create Heroku account? Anybody not able to create the account in the Heroku? Create na? Very good. Guys, once your account is created, you can create one application in the Heroku. Okay, see here. Already I have 4 applications. Now I am going to create one more application. So once you log in into the Heroku, there is an option called new. Click on create a new app. New app. You can give a you should give unique app name. I'm giving Ashok IT Rail app. Ashok IT e-rail app, right? So Ashok IT e-rail app is the name of my application. Create the app. Now one empty application created. One empty application created. So do we have code in this application currently? If I click on open app, what is happening? Heroku, welcome to your new app. Welcome to your new app. I am able to deploy my application. Currently, see here. Can you access that URL? Can you access that URL, guys? Is it visible? Are you able to click on the URL which I have given? So where my application is running now? Where my application is running now? I just created one empty application in the Heroku. So how I created the application? Here, there is an option called new, create a new app. You can give the app name and you can create the app. So for example, I'm giving the name like this, create app. This name is not available. Now you see, it is asking my payment. The reason, already I have created 5 applications. Okay, already there are 5 applications available in my account. How many applications it is giving for free? We can deploy 5 applications in Heroku for free of cost. Okay, now application is created, but my code is not available in this application. My code is not available in the application. It's just one empty application I created in the Heroku. When I click on open app, that application is executing. That application is executing with the public domain URL. Now I want to deploy my code into this application so that everybody can access my application. I want to deploy my code into this application so that everybody can access. Now go to deploy option. If you go to deploy option, there are several ways available in order to deploy your application. There are several ways available in order to deploy your application. You can go for any one of the deployment method which is available. Heroku CLI, GitHub, container registry, like that several ways are available. Heroku Git. That means the Heroku CLI you need to install. A CLI software you need to install. Then you need to log in into the Heroku. You need to go to the project. Then you need to execute Git in it. Then Heroku Git remote this repository. then deploy your application. So this is a option that we can follow. Heroku CLI, download and install the Heroku CLI. Heroku CLI, download and install. See here, 64-bit installer, download this CLI. Heroku CLI, I have downloaded. Click on this and install the CLI. Yes. Next, next, install. This is one approach, guys. Heroku CLI is one of the approach to deploy our application into Heroku Cloud. Second approach, if your code is available in the GitHub, directly you can deploy the code from the GitHub into Heroku Cloud. That is a second deployment approach. Heroku CLI is one approach. GitHub is the second approach. If your project is available in the GitHub, directly you can take it from here and you can deploy that. First, I'm showing you CLI approach. From the command line, we can deploy our application into Heroku Cloud. It is installing the CLI. Okay. We can deploy 5 applications in the Heroku for free of cost. Now, Heroku CLI setup. Heroku CLI setup. Download Heroku CLI. Download Heroku CLI software. Login into Heroku from the CLI. Login into Heroku using CLI command prompt. So what is the command we need to use? Heroku login is the command. Once the CLI got installed, now you can go to your command prompt. Then you can type Heroku login. CLI got installed, right? Now press any key to open the browser to login or Q to exit. Any key if you press, it will open in the browser to login. Login into the CLI. Click on login. Logged in successfully. Logged in successfully. I'm able to log in into my CLI software. You observe? Now login into Heroku CLI. Open command prompt. Open command prompt. Open command prompt and enter and execute below command. And execute below command. So it will ask you to log in from browser. It will open browser. It will open browser to login. That's it, guys. Heroku CLI setup. We download Heroku CLI software. I have downloaded that CLI software from here. So in this URL, you can from here, you can download CLI software. All of you, can you download it? All of you, can you download it? Heroku CLI, and can you log in now? You can do it immediately. You can do it immediately. Download Heroku CLI software. Okay. Deploy application into Heroku through CLI. Heroku CLI. Deployment process. Deployment using Heroku CLI. App deployment. App deployment using Heroku CLI setup. App deployment using Heroku CLI setup. Download Heroku CLI software from this URL. Login into Heroku using Heroku CLI. Login into Heroku CLI using Heroku login command. Open command prompt and execute below command. It will open browser to login. Now my login is a success. But where is my application to deploy? My application is available in some directory, 19 SBMS workspace. Right here, this is my application. Now I should go inside this directory. I should go inside this directory, cd space directory, navigate to project directory. navigate to, change the project, change the directory to pointer project location, navigate from from command from cmd, navigate to project folder, from cmd navigate to project folder, cd space project location, cd space project location. From cmd navigate to project folder. Now currently I am pointing to my project directory, card operation h2 application. Once we navigated to the project directory, now there are commands that we need to execute. First command, git init. What is the first command? Git init. Okay, we need to execute git init command, initialize the git repository. Now Heroku git remote -a the project repository. I am configuring project repository. Okay, just I need to follow these commands to execute. That's it. Git add dot to add all the files to our application. Commit the code. Added all the files. Git commit -am make it better. Committed. Then git push Heroku master. Git push Heroku master. Now I'm pushing my code to Heroku master. Java see here, it detected that my application is a Java application and it is downloading the build files which are required to run our Java application. So it based on our application language, based on our application environment, it is preparing the platform to run our application. Now you see build success. Build success. That means our application deployed into Heroku cloud platform successfully. Heroku cloud platform successfully. So here, am I telling to install Java? Am I telling to install server? No. Heroku is identifying everything which is required for our application. So that means Heroku preparing the platform to run our application. We are just uploading the code. We are just uploading the code into Heroku platform. It prepares the platform. We are just uploading the code. It prepared the platform and it running my application. Okay, this is the URL where my application is running. Okay, now these are the commands, guys. These are the commands I have executed. Heroku login, Heroku git clone, cd this project location, deploy the changes into your project. What are the commands they will display here? You just need to follow those commands. You just need to follow those commands. Now open app. Now my application is running in the Heroku. Let's access swagger-ui.html. Are we able to access Swagger documentation of my project in the cloud? Am I able to access Swagger documentation of my application in the cloud platform? See this? Can you access it? Can you access the URL? Can you access the URL, guys? Can you access the URL? Now where my application is running? My application is running in the local or my application is running in the cloud? My application is running in the local or my application is running in the cloud? My application is running in the cloud. Can I give this URL to anybody? Can I give this URL to anybody to access my application? Can I give this URL to anybody to access my application? Can I say that it is a public access now? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Is it easy or difficult to deploy the application in the Heroku cloud? Is it easy or difficult to deploy the application in the Heroku cloud? It is easy. Guys, when you are using MySQL database, don't deploy to the Heroku, because if you use MySQL localhost, this is H2. H2 means in-memory database. H2 means in-memory database. Database will be created along with your application. Can I deploy our 36 application which is having a MySQL database? Which is having a MySQL database? Where is MySQL? MySQL is available in the local host. If I deploy into Heroku, MySQL database will not be available. So don't deploy that MySQL application. So if you are using local DB, don't deploy to Heroku. So in the 37 application, I have the H2 database. That's why I'm able to deploy that application in the Heroku, and I'm able to access my application successfully. I'm able to access my application successfully in the Heroku. Understood? Suppose for example, I want to deploy one more application. I want to deploy one more application in the Heroku cloud. So currently my limit is completed. 5 applications already available. Now, how to delete one application? How to delete one application? So in order to delete one application, we will go to this application name. Settings are available. In the settings, you can delete the application. If you give maintenance mode is off, that application will not be available for public people to access. That application offline for maintenance. People cannot access your application. Maintenance mode is off, nothing but disabling your application for public access. If you want to delete, click on the delete app. If you give your application name, then that application will be deleted. Application is deleted. Understood? Now currently 4 applications are available. Let's observe carefully. One more application I'm going to create. Create a new application. Application name Ashok IT Welcome API. Ashok IT Welcome API I'm creating. Click on create app. My app is created. My app is created. Is there any code available now? No code available now. Here, these are the commands we need to execute. These are the commands we need to execute. Execute below commands to deploy code into application. Execute below commands to deploy our code into Heroku cloud. Git init remote -a. This is repository name. Whatever the project name you are giving, that project name. So git Heroku app name. You need to give your Heroku app name here. Then these are the commands to deploy our code. That's it. Just 5 commands we are executing, guys. From CLI, we are executing 5 commands. Git init command, Heroku git remote -a, the repository name, nothing but our application name. Git add a dot, it is used to commit all the changes. Add all the changes to staging area. Git commit am, make it better. Why we are committing? I am giving a message. Push, finally, I am pushing my code from the local system to Heroku. Once git commit, once deployment success, we can access our application from browser. Click on open app button. Click on open app button. In the cloud, it is going to display one option called open app. So when I click on open app, a default page is displaying. Now I want to deploy my code. See here, there is a welcome REST API we have created. First REST API we have created in .ashok IT, book REST controller, course REST controller, like this. We have created some REST controller. Welcome REST controller is available. /welcome /greet is available. Okay, now I am going to write one more method here with the default URL pattern. Without giving any URL also, we can access our application. Default URL pattern I am giving index. Okay, welcome to Ashok IT. Welcome to Ashok IT. Welcome to Ashok IT. This app running in Heroku cloud. This app running in Heroku cloud. Welcome to Ashok IT. This app running in Heroku cloud. So default URL pattern. So if you just hit the application URL, this method will execute. If you enter /welcome, this method. If you enter /greet, this method, like this. Okay. Empty URL pattern I have given for my 32 application, which is a sample REST API, which is having a default index method. Okay. Now go to this 32 application. 32 REST API, which is sample application. Now come back from here. Currently I'm pointing to 37 application. Now change directory. Let's go to cd space 31, cd space 32, sorry, cd space 32 REST API. Yes, now I'm in the 32 REST API. So now what are the commands I need to follow to deploy the application to Heroku Cloud? I already logged in into Heroku. I already changed my project directory. Now let's do git init, git init. Yes, I initialized empty git repository. Then add the project, add the remote repository. This is my app name, welcome API. Added that. Now git add all the files to staging area for commit. Added. Git commit the files to local repository. Then push the code into git repo to this Heroku by using git push command. Git push Heroku master. I am pushing. I'm deploying my welcome API also into Heroku Cloud. It is identifying that my application is developed by using Java. It is identifying that my application is developed by using Java. Okay. Build got a success. That means my application deployed successfully. Now this application is deployed successfully. Success. Now go here. Now once this application is deployed, click on open app. Open app. It is getting ready. Now can you see? Welcome to Ashok IT. This app is running in Heroku Cloud. Are you able to access my application? Are you able to access my application in the Heroku Cloud now? Do we need to pay money for using this Heroku Cloud services? First 5 applications you can deploy for free. First 5 applications you can deploy for free. Samjha? First 5 applications you can deploy for free of cost. First 5 applications you can deploy for free of cost. Are you guys clear with this process? Are you guys clear with this process? Are you able to access my application in the browser? Are you guys able to access my application in the browser? I explained 2 applications to give you more clarity. Just you need to install the CLI software. Once the CLI is installed, log into the CLI, then create the application. Then create the application in the Heroku. Using CLI, you can push your project code into Git repository. You can push your project code into Git repository. You can push your project code into Git repository. You can push your project code into Git repository. Okay. Are you able to access this application now? Let's go for /welcome. For the welcome URL, what it is expecting? It is expecting a parameter. Request param /welcome. Name is equal to Mahesh. Name is equal to Mahesh. Is it working? Mahesh, welcome to Ashok IT. If I give /greet, what will happen? Good morning. So all the REST controller methods, whatever we have, we are able to access from this Heroku Cloud application. We are able to access from the Heroku Cloud application. Are you guys clear with this process? App deployment using Heroku CLI. Download Heroku CLI software. This is the URL from where you can download your CLI. Login into Heroku CLI. Open command prompt and execute below command. It will open browser to login. Login into that. Login into that. From CMD, navigate to the project folder. CD your project location which you want to push into that. Okay. Now there is one option I am missing here. Login into CLI. It will open browser to login. Download Heroku CLI software. Create account in the Heroku Cloud. and create one application. First step, create account in Heroku Cloud Platform. Create account in Heroku Cloud Platform. It is free of cost. It is free of cost, right? So id.heroku.com, right? You can create the account in the Heroku. Fine. Next one, second step, create app in Heroku Cloud. 5 apps you can create. 5 apps we can create for free. Click on the app name and go to deployment section. Click on app name and go to deploy section. Click on app name and go to deploy section. We can deploy the app. We can deploy our code using CLI or from GitHub also. We can deploy our code into Heroku app using CLI and GitHub repo. So now I'm going with the CLI setup. So download Heroku CLI software, then log in into Heroku CLI. From CMD, navigate to project folder, then execute below commands to deploy our code into Heroku. Once the deployment is completed, once the deployment is success, we can access our application from browser. Click on open app button. That application will be accessible from the cloud platform. Are you guys clear with this point? Are you guys clear with this point now? So default URL handler mapping is not mandatory. So whenever I click this URL, directly my message is coming. Now that's why I have given the default URL. Suppose if you go for e-rail application, when I click on open app, I'm getting whiteable error. Why? Default URL mapping is not available. Now I need to type here. I need to type some message here. Something like books. Okay, the books details are coming like this. Okay, so Swagger, if you type the URL, documentation will open like this. Okay, so if I give the default URL pattern, when I click on this error message will not come. So that's why for the welcome API, I have given the default URL pattern. So when you click on this app URL, directly a message is coming successful. Instead of a whiteable error, a message is coming because I have binded one method to slash empty URL pattern index welcome page, welcome message I am giving. But for the Rail application, that is not available because there is no method available with the default URL pattern. That means empty index URL pattern. So that's why. So if you want to give some success message when your application is accessed from the browser, directly you can show this message like this. Welcome to Ashok IT. This app running in the Heroku cloud. That means this method is executed when you open my application URL. If you type /greet, then you will get third message. That is a good morning message is coming. If you want to access the second method, /welcome with the URL pattern query parameter, /welcome name is equal to Raju. We are getting Raju. Welcome to Ashok IT. So now my application is executing in Heroku cloud. Now my application is executing in Heroku cloud. Understood my point? See the steps now. Once again, read this document. As of now, we developed several REST APIs. We tested our REST APIs functionality using Postman. We have added Swagger to generate the documentation for REST API. We have used Swagger UI also to test the REST API with the user interface. All our REST APIs executed in the local host. Only we can access within our machine. Our REST API running in the server. That server is running in the local machine. That's why we can access only in our local machine. It is not available for public access. To provide public access for our REST API, we need to deploy that into cloud platform. Cloud means getting the resources over the web based on demand. Cloud means getting the resources over the web based on our demand, based on our need or based on our demand. We have several cloud platforms in the market. One is AWS Cloud, second one is Azure Cloud, third one is GCP Cloud, fourth one is VMware Cloud, fifth one is Heroku Cloud. Okay. Heroku Cloud providing a platform as a service to deploy our applications. Heroku Cloud providing platform as a service to run our applications, that is a PaaS. Heroku Cloud platform provided by Salesforce Cloud Company. From Salesforce Cloud, we can deploy 5 applications in Heroku for free of cost. So how to deploy the application into Heroku? For that, we are using a CLI setup, app deployment using Heroku CLI. Create an account in the Heroku Cloud platform, that is free of cost. This is the URL to create the account. This is the URL to create the account. Once your account is created in the Heroku, you can create an application in the Heroku. So whenever you want to deploy one application, you need to click on new, create new app. Login into Heroku, create app in the Heroku, login into Heroku, create app in the Heroku Cloud. 5 apps we can create for free. Click on app name and go to deploy section. Once you click on the create the app name, there is a deploy section. In the deploy, you can deploy from this Git Heroku CLI. You can deploy from GitHub. So here I deployed my code from this GitHub directly. GitHub account from the GitHub I have directly deployed my application. Okay. Click on the app name and go to deploy section. We can deploy our code into Heroku app using CLI and by using GitHub repository also. Okay. Download the Heroku CLI software. From here you can download the CLI software. Login into Heroku CLI. How to log in? Open our command prompt and execute below command Heroku login. When you ask to log in, it will open browser to login. It will open browser to login. So once you log in into that successfully, now you can deploy your code. So from CMD, navigate to the project folder CD, execute below commands: git init, initialize, configure the repository, your Heroku app name. These commands we can copy. Heroku will provide these commands. Heroku will provide these commands. Git init, git remote, git add, git commit, git push. So with these commands, our code deployment got completed. Once the deployment is success, we can access our application from the browser. Click on open app button. So when you click on open app button, it is opening my application. So there is no index URL. That's why whiteable error is coming. If you configure a default URL like this in your REST API, that method is going to execute for you. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? Now? Okay. Now, some people may ask you how to deploy Spring Boot application in the AWS cloud. How to deploy Spring Boot application in AWS cloud. AWS is one of the famous cloud platform available in the market. Okay, so create account in AWS, create free tier account in AWS, launch EC2 Linux virtual machine, in AWS cloud, connect to EC2 Linux VM using mobile extram software or using putty software. Upload upload our Spring Boot jar file into EC2 VM. Install Java software in EC2 VM. Run the Java application. Run the Java application in EC2 VM. It's a big process, guys. For that, for you people, I have already created 2 videos in this week only. One is how to launch a virtual machine in the AWS cloud. Yesterday, I have posted one video. I don't know how many people gone through this video. So this is the video how to launching EC2 instance in the how to launch EC2 instance in the AWS cloud. Launch EC2 VM in AWS. This is the video. Okay. In this video, I explained for 8 minutes how to launch one EC2 instance in the AWS cloud. Yesterday only I have uploaded this video to our YouTube. Yesterday I prepared this video. How to create a EC2 instance in the AWS cloud. See here, I'm creating one EC2 instance. I'm connecting to EC2 instance using mobile extram. Now I'm doing this. So this video will tell you how to launch one EC2 instance. That's it. Then what about our Spring application deployment in the cloud? For that, I have prepared another video. How to deploy Spring Boot application in the AWS cloud. This video is available. Okay. Copy this. Deploy boot application in the AWS cloud. Deploy Spring Boot app in AWS cloud. These are the 2 videos available. One video will tell you how to launch one Linux machine in the AWS cloud. Another video will tell you how to deploy your application into AWS cloud. So when you have some free time, please go through these 2 videos so that you will understand basic concept how to deploy our Spring Boot application in the Heroku cloud. Okay. Now access the application in the browser. Access the application in browser. Are you guys clear? Are you guys clear with this process now? Can you practice Heroku deployment today? If you have time, please go through these videos also. Guys, so this is our YouTube channel. Please like this channel and subscribe for getting upcoming videos updates. I'm preparing the video series on the AWS cloud, guys. So mostly weekly 2 to 3 videos I will upload in the YouTube channel related to AWS cloud. So please subscribe to this channel and click on bell icon. So if you click on the bell icon, whenever I upload a video, immediately you will get a notification so that you will not miss any update. See how much demand is there for AWS cloud. Just 2 days back, I have uploaded 2,500 people has seen that video. How to deploy Spring Boot application into AWS cloud. Right? Just 2 days back, I have uploaded, I think Sunday I have uploaded this video. 2,500 people already seen that video. Good. Now, sir, how to deploy our Heroku application, Heroku deployment with external DB? Heroku will provide you one database, guys. Here, there is a concept called database concept is available in the Heroku. They will provide you one database. That PostgreSQL database is supported by Heroku. If you want to use external database, you need to go for PostgreSQL here. here. Okay, now. Yeah. So please practice Heroku deployment. And if you have time, I suggest you to go through these videos also. App deployment using Heroku CLI, app deployment into AWS cloud. So in these videos, I have explained that concept. Videos to understand AWS deployment. Videos to understand AWS deployment. Okay? Yeah. So you can go through these videos and you can understand. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on bell icon. So when I upload a video, you will get a notification from us. So next I will upload some Java 8 concept videos also in our channel. So I will be making some videos for YouTube weekly, 2 to 3 videos I will prepare, and short and sweet videos which are really helpful for the people to understand the concepts. AWS videos, and we will go with some Java 8 videos also I will be preparing. I will upload to our YouTube. When I get some free time, I will prepare a video. Okay guys? Fine. So with this, we understood how to do cloud deployment of our application. Basically, mainly we understood Heroku cloud deployment. So please deploy 2 to 3 applications into Heroku cloud before coming to tomorrow's session. So tomorrow we are going to understand the second part of the movie, that is how to develop REST client. We understood how to develop REST API. We are able to understood REST API. API we developed, API we tested using Postman, API we tested using Swagger, API we tested by using Swagger. Now we need to understand how to develop REST client. So tomorrow, so first half an hour I will spend for your doubts clarification. Then I will give the introduction for REST client development also. Okay guys, good. So this is cloud deployment, REST API cloud deployment, REST API cloud deployment. Done guys. I have uploaded the notes for you. Could you please access the notes? Are you able to access the today's notes from the portal? Can you check it? Is the notes available? Is the notes available? Check it and confirm. Is today's notes available in the portal? All of you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe and click on bell icon also. If you click on bell icon, then only you will get notified when we upload the video. So mostly today or tomorrow, I will upload one more video. Today or tomorrow, I will upload one more video. Okay, fine. Thank you guys. So tomorrow I will take your doubts and we'll start REST client introduction. Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll meet again in tomorrow's session. Bye bye.